everybody, and welcome to another episode of SEDA College Online live class for advanced level. I'm so happy that you guys are joining us today. We're so happy to have you back if you're coming back for the second, third, fourth, whatever time. And if you're brand new, welcome. We are so happy you decided to join us, and welcome to our community of learners. You are now part of this great community that stretches all around the world, and let's get to know each other. Today, I want to challenge everybody watching the video at the live time to comment and interact with the other students on the comment stream, okay? Because it's really important that we practice our English with all kinds of people all the time, and you never know, you could make a new friend. So let's use this class to connect with other people from around the world, as well as study English and practice our English. What's the point of learning English if we can't use it to make new friends, connections, work colleagues, whatever? Okay? So welcome to another edition of our advanced class. I'm your teacher, Lydia. I'm happy you're here. I want to remind everybody to make sure you have a notebook with you. Maybe write down today's date in the notebook so you can keep track of your learning. You can see your progress as you go and be your own cheerleader. You might want to have a pen and a highlighter. I like to use the highlighter to make things jump out at me, and obviously the pen for general writing. It's really good to write and not type notes, because when you write notes, you're getting that body memory as well as the visual memory, okay? So that's what I recommend to everybody. I also want to tell you guys about some cool stuff we have at SEDA College Online. We have all kinds of different courses. Say you want to learn, about different vocabulary for the hair salon and hairstyling industry or salon industry. We've got a course for that. You want to learn flight attendant vocabulary and words. We've got a course for that. If you want to learn another language, we have so many different courses at SEDA College Online that you can check out and subscribe to. All of our live classes are going to be up here for free on YouTube and on our website, so anytime you want to check out our live classes, please do so. In addition, we also have a podcast on Spotify, and I'm going to be doing a new edition of the podcast talking about the coronavirus soon, so that should be interesting, entertaining, informative. I want to give everybody some laughs, make everybody happy, but I also want to give important information, and I want to make sure people are taking it seriously. So if you tune in to our Spotify podcast, SEDA Talk, next week, I'm sure you'll see our new episode and be able to listen to a little something about the coronavirus. So thank you for joining us again, and I want to welcome you to our live class, and let's get started. Okay. So today we're talking about distancing with the verbs seem and appear. Okay, seem and appear. So what is distancing, you might say? Well, we're talking a lot about social distancing right now in the time of coronavirus, and that means socially separating from other people in society, physically distancing yourself. But distancing in terms of communication is a little bit different. Maybe you need to talk about something, but you are not directly connected to that. Or you want to notice something, but again, you don't want to make yourself directly connected to that. You don't want to say, I see, or I heard, or, I know, because maybe you don't 100% know, or maybe you're just noticing and observing, but you're not 100% sure. A lot of times we use seem and appear when we are not 100% sure about what we're saying, but we still want to make an observation or report on something. Okay, so let's see what it says here. What have I written for a little definition for you? In communication, distancing is all about removing your connection to the information or situation. Okay, so making some separation, but still reporting on it. This is most often used in reported speech, so in newspapers or news reports and magazine articles, okay? So that's why we have a newspaper here. Social media taking over the world. They could say social media seems to be taking over the world too, and remove the comma, or the colon there. So we see this a lot in those kind of situations where we need to use reported speech or distance ourselves from what is being said and reported on. Okay, let's look next. Distancing 1. So now we're talking about the verb seem. And there are 2 options for formulas with seem, how to use seem. We need to remember that no matter when we're talking about this, we need to make sure we're using the correct tense. So if we're talking about an observation yesterday, then we got to put seem in the past. Luckily, seem and appear are both regular verbs. So who can tell me what the ending for a regular verb is in the past tense? You got it. ED. So it seemed would be yesterday, okay? It appeared in the past, okay? Both of those would be in the past, ED ending. So the first option for a formula with seem is subject plus seem plus to plus the infinitive of the next verb, okay? So you can say, I seem to be happy. Okay? But you wouldn't say I because you're not going to talk about yourself. It's an observation. So you could say, Teacher Lydia, and then we have to change seem to he, she, it, seems, with an S at the end, to be happy. And you would be correct if you made that observation about me. I am very happy right now to be here with you. Okay? Here are some more examples. Mike, again, he, she, it, Mike, he, seems to enjoy reading. He is always telling me about new books. Mike seems to enjoy reading. He is always telling me about new books. Awesome. Okay. The rain seems to be stopping. So maybe it was raining outside for a while and you're starting to see less raindrops, fewer raindrops. And you're thinking, the rain seems to be stopping. And that would be great news because then we could go outside or whatever you want to do. Okay? So that is seem. All right? I'm going to ask everybody now, as usual, to do a little practice. If you don't use it, you lose it. So you need to come up with one original sentence using this formula with seem, okay? One original sentence, write it in the comments for me so I can check it for you and see how awesome you're doing, okay? So let's give ourselves 1 minute and 30 seconds. Timer. 1 minute. 30 seconds to come up with your new sentence. The time is going. Using this formula. Let's get some Bach. Johann Sebastian Bach. Love it. Okay, guys, you can do this. You can do it, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. You can do it. Okay, time is up. I can't wait to check out your sentences and see what you got going on here. So there is some really great work being done as usual. Guys, it's awesome when you do the exercises and you follow along with us. You are guaranteed to improve and get better and better and better. So, bravo. All right. I'm having a bad hair day, guys, so please excuse my mop. You can also use mop for your hair. My mop is a little bit unruly. Unruly means it cannot take rules. It's not organized. Doesn't follow rules. So, gotta just deal with it, right? This is as good as it's gonna get, honey. So, awesome job, everybody. Let's move on to the second formula that we can use with seam to practice distancing. So, two options for formulas with seam. The second formula is it seems plus a that clause, okay? So a clause, another smaller section of the sentence that uses that. Start with that and then say something else, okay? So here's some examples. It seems that things will get better. It seems, the first part, plus the that clause. Okay, and the that clause here, that things, that a noun, will, plus infinitive, and then we have an adjective here. It seems that things will get better. Okay, I'm going to say it again really slow for some speaking practice. It, good, seems, yep, that, things will get better. So we're going to say it faster this time. It seems that things will get better. Great, everybody. You're doing awesome. Awesome. Okay. Second example. It seems that the flowers aren't growing. Maybe we watered them too often. I don't know about you, but I am not really great with plants. In English, we'd say you have a green thumb if you're good at gardening and you're good with plants. Teacher does not have a green thumb. Teacher has to look up on the internet how to care for her plants, and even then she makes mistakes. So either I water them too much, give too much water, or I don't water enough. So this sentence is really a little something about my life. It seems that the flowers aren't growing. Maybe we watered them too often, or maybe we didn't water them enough. Either way. So that's just a little extra information here, because we have the it seems clause, and then the that clause, and then we have a third clause after the comma, okay, giving extra information. So as usual, you're going to practice here. You are going to create an original sentence with the number 2 formula with seem, okay? Let's get your 1 minute and 30 seconds starting. Go. You guys got this. You can do it, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. Can't wait to see what you've written. Okay, I bet we're getting close to the time. 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's stop the music. All right. So, I'm going to take a look at the answers that you guys came up with. But let's think about some other options that we could have said. It seems the pizza got burnt. Maybe you look at the pizza, it looks brown, and you're like, ooh, or black. It seems the pizza got burnt. It seems this shirt is too small. Maybe you try a shirt on and it's tight, okay? And you're like, ooh, it seems this shirt is too small, okay? There's lots of different options we could use with this because we're making an observation about something. Instead of saying, I think this shirt is too small or I think we burnt the pizza, it seems, okay? Okay, now we're going to introduce the verb appear. And you can use appear in pretty much the same way that you can use seem. Appear is more about appearances. Seem you can use to talk about just like a feeling or like a gut feeling you get. So you can say, it seems like Bob is unhappy. Maybe Bob looks okay and he hasn't said he's unhappy, but you know Bob and something inside is telling you that Bob is not happy. So it seems like Bob is unhappy. But you would only say it appears Bob is unhappy if he had a facial expression or a visual representation of his unhappiness, okay? Or maybe an email he wrote and you can see that he wrote some phrase or words that express his displeasure, his unhappiness, okay? So appear is definitely more about things that you can see with your eye. Seem you could use for things you see or, feelings, gut feelings, and that's the way most native speakers will use it. Okay. There are two options for formulas with appear just like seem. Just like I told you, okay? So, number 1, subject plus appear plus to plus infinitive, just like with seem. Subject plus appear plus to plus infinitive, okay? Examples. They appear to be painting the house across the street. So I would imagine that you're looking out the window across the street and you say, they appear to be painting the house across the street. And you don't have to say the neighbors or whatever. If you just see people out there working and painting, you can just say they in general. So that would mean the people that own the house are having it painted by those people outside doing the painting, okay? Or maybe the people are doing the painting themselves, but there's painting happening across the street and more than one person is doing it. The weather appears to be getting warmer earlier than usual. Maybe you're watching the news and the weather report comes on and it's February and you're already getting temperatures that would be normal in May. The weather appears to be getting warmer earlier than usual. So it's happening sooner than is usual or normal or typical in your area, in your location. Okay, guys, as usual, I want a sentence. I want a sentence with appear. Give me a sentence with appear. Please, please, please give it to me. I cannot wait to correct your sentence and see what you guys come up with. Ooh, fancy, fancy. Write your sentence. Write your sentence. Write your sentence down in the comments. Okay, how are we doing? I think we are done, guys. Woo woo! I can't wait to see what sentences you came up with. And while I'm checking that, let's talk about some possibilities. You could say something like, they appear to be building a new supermarket down the street. So maybe you saw a site being cleared and foundations going up and different structural elements being added to this site, and there's a sign for a supermarket, or the size of the building feels like a supermarket. They appear to be building a supermarket down the street. The neighbors appear to be painting their house. So that's changing the first one. You could also say the neighbors appear to have got a new car. They appear to have got a new car. That would work too. You don't know when they got the car, so I'm using present perfect, to have got. All right? Great job, everybody. You're doing great. Remember, coming here and studying with us on SEDA College Online, you are doing an incredible thing. Just in doing that, you can feel proud for the rest of the day that you did something good for yourself, good for your brain, and something fun, hopefully. Hopefully you're having fun in these lessons, and when I make little mistakes or I do whatever, I say something funny and I'm just being me and throwing my personality out there, you're enjoying it. That's what it's all about for us, okay? That's what we're trying to give to you, a great experience while you learn, okay? So let's keep going. Two options, just like seem. So the second one is it appears plus a that clause. It appears plus that clause. So here's a couple of examples. It appears that the cost of housing is due to increase this year. We could say will increase this year. It appears that children's imaginations are very creative. See a lot of children doing really fun, creative things recently online, and great little videos. My friends' kids and random kids, and it's just great to see kids still have an imagination. So those are examples for that. I'm not going to ask you to write another sentence, because guess what? We have some activities at the end today, and I want you to enjoy those activities and get the most out of them, okay? So I think you get this. We're going to move on to the next activity. So in this activity, it's a gap fill. So you're going to take the correct form of appear or seem and add it in the missing spaces. There are the correct number of line spaces for the correct number of words that need to be added, okay? So I will read it for you to help you out. Number 1. Mary is happy about the new changes to the menu. She loves the new salads. So imagine a restaurant got a brand new menu, made some changes to the menu, and their regular customer, Mary, feels happy about it. Number 2. The supermarket closed because the lights are off and the doors are shut. Number 3. Mike may have got lost. He was supposed to be here 15 minutes ago. So maybe Mike didn't ask for directions or doesn't like to use Google Maps. Who knows? Number 4. To be snowing because there is white stuff falling from the sky. Okay, so take 3-4 minutes. I think I'm going to give you 3 minutes, and do me a favor and put the answers to those in a comment for me, okay? Because I cannot wait to see how smart you guys are. Let's go. You got this. Listen to the beautiful classical music. Let it inspire your brain waves. This is a little churchy for me, actually. Sounds a little bit too much like church. I like the cello suites. Go back to that one. One time when I was visiting my cousin in Paris, we went to see a cellist play the Bach cello suites in a beautiful old medieval church in the middle of the city of Paris, and it was so cool. It was one of the coolest things ever. It was, I think, 2 or 3 Easters ago. Here's another one. Another version. Can't wait to see what you guys come up with. You can do it. Can't wait to see your work. You can do this. You got this. Can't wait to see what you came up with. You can do this. You can do this. You can do this now. Do. You can do. You can do. You can do. You can do this. All right. Awesome. Okay. So let's stop. That was great. And I can't believe how awesome you guys are. Your sentences look incredible, and I'm going to check those for you. As we check them, ask me any questions in the comments as we go through the answers here, guys, okay? Because I'm going to reveal the answers to you now. So, number 1. It appears Mary is happy about the new changes to the menu. She loves the new salads. Okay, so she could have said she loves them, and we saw happiness in her face, and that's why we're saying it appears. Okay, number 2. The supermarket seems to be closed because the lights are off and the doors are shut. Let's not be open. Number 3. You could use it seems or it appears here. It seems Mike may have got lost. He was supposed to be here 15 minutes ago. Or it appears Mike may have got lost because he was supposed to be here 15 minutes ago and I don't see him here. So that's where you could use appear as well. All right, number 4. It appears to be snowing because there's white stuff falling from the sky. Awesome. Great. Guys, if you got these, you're doing great. If you didn't, don't worry about it. Forget about it. Just go back in the video, look over your notes, check again, and focus your learning now on what you didn't get. Now you know what to do. No problem. Okay? Great. So real life practice. What did we say? Newspapers, magazines, news stories. This is when you're going to see this kind of distancing most often, okay? So I found a headline that uses one of the verbs that we talked about, and I would like you to please identify any verbs we've covered in the headline and subtext of this video interview. So this is a headline, there was a video, and there was subtext underneath describing a little bit about the video, okay? So let's go through it and I'll read it with you. You can repeat after me for reading and speaking practice. So, the things I want you to identify, which verbs are they in the article or in the text? And 2, what tenses are they in, okay? This is the headline, coronavirus. WHO, which means World Health Organization, right? Coronavirus. WHO. Advisor. Appears to hang up over question on Taiwan. WHO advisor appears to hang up over question on Taiwan. Okay, so if there's any questions you have about any of those words, you let me know, okay? I'm going to reveal the rest and have you do these 2 questions here, okay? Answer those 2 questions for me, all right? All right, so I'm going to give you guys 30 seconds, I think, or a minute. What do I have here? I have 57 seconds here. You're going to have 57 seconds. I think you can do this really quickly. You got this. You got this. Oh, we need our music. It's so weird without music, isn't it? Just strange. So this is Brahms. Johannes Brahms, the composer. When I was young, my mother used to always put classical music on, and I never really liked it when I was younger, but now it's so calming and happy to me because it reminds me of her. And I really enjoy it. Okay, that's it. That's our time. So, let's reveal our answers and check. Which verbs are they? Well, we have the verb appear. And what tense are they in? Present and simple past. Let's see. There's the verb appear in the present, conjugated for he, she, it being the World Health Organization. And here is the verb appear in the simple past with the ed, like I was saying earlier. The ed indicates that it's in the past. Appear is a regular verb. It's so nice when things are regular in English. It doesn't happen all the time, does it? Okay, our next real life practice is article excerpts. So we've got pieces or sections of an article that I've removed from that article so that we can use them for our study. So please identify any verbs we've covered in the headline and excerpts of this article. What verbs are used? What tenses are they in? And what new vocabulary can you see? As always, with the last one too, if there was any new vocabulary there, put it in the comments, guys, because I want to help you out with that, okay? All right. So I'm not going to read any of this yet. I will read it after. but I'm going to allow you to do the activity, okay? And we're going to have 3 minutes this time. I think you need a little bit more time for this one. Maybe you want to tell me about new vocabulary that you're learning here. So I want to give you that time to really analyze. And what you're doing here is skimming and scanning. You're probably going to read it quickly first for general understanding this article, and then you're going to scan, read it over again, and look for specific vocabulary. You're going to look for the verbs that are being used that we just studied, and you're going to look for any new vocabulary, okay? You got this, guys. Go for it. 3 minutes now. And I will read it for you after for pronunciation. No. We need our music. Any questions you have, guys, please put them in the comments. I need to know. I'm checking everything on my phone, too, to see what's going on. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So, first I'm going to read the whole article for you, all right? Working from home is no slacker's paradise. A slacker is somebody who likes to be lazy, okay? So it's not a lazy person's paradise. By Tanya Sweeney of the Irish Times, published March 10th, 2020. Whatever about fighting in the supermarket aisles over antibacterial soap or stockpiling canned goods, there's something about all this working from home talk that seems to signal the end of days for some. Industry might just collapse under the weight of workers lolling about on sofas and doing flip all. Some people seem to think. Working from home, it's assumed, means snuggling under the duvet, lunching on pot noodles, and settling down in front of a steady stream of Judge Judy. You know, all the productive stuff. Okay, so first let's go through some of the vocabulary here. Stockpiling canned goods. Stockpiling is the verb. That means to buy and store in piles, create your own stock, your own storage of canned goods. So any kind of food that comes in a can. End of days. That means the end of the world, apocalypse. So some people think this means the end of days. Lolling about, it's just like relaxing, lounging, doing nothing. Doing flip all is doing nothing. Assumed means you think something happens, but you don't know, you don't have proof. And snuggling is getting warm and cozy under the duvet. The duvet is like your puffy feather blanket. Lunching on is like having lunch. Pot noodles. Pot noodles are like those ramen noodles that come in a plastic cup and you just put hot water to eat them. And settling down, sitting down and getting comfortable in front of a steady stream, just episode after episode of Judge Judy. Okay, so I hope that helped you with some of the new vocabulary. If you have more questions, put them in the comments. All right, but now I'm going to reveal the answers to the questions. Okay, please identify any verbs we've covered in the headline and excerpts of this article. Number 1, what verbs are used that we covered in this lesson? Seem, the verb seem. And what tense are they in? Well, we see seem in the present tense for he, she, it in one form, and the present for they. And what new vocabulary can you see? Answers will vary. Okay, I had identified some new vocabulary in italic writing to help you, but maybe there were more things or other things that you didn't know, and I'd love for you to ask me in the comments. Okay, so slackers, maybe. We talked about that. That's people who are lazy, don't want to do much work. Stockpiling canned goods. Seems, okay? So that's the one in the he, she, it form. End of days. Lolling about, doing flip all. We talked about that. Oh, here's the other one, seem to think. Let's go back. I forgot to put it in yellow. And that one is seem in the present form for they. Some people seem to think. It could also be the infinitive form, but here, because we're talking about some people, we know it's some people, they seem to think. And then we have assumed, snuggling, lunching on pot noodles, and steady stream. Okay, productive is getting things done as well. Maybe that's something that you didn't know before. So guys, if you got all these, or you learned something new today, you're doing great. You're winning just by being here and working hard and trying to study with us. So as usual, I want to give you a big thank you for being here. Pat yourself on the back and say good job, because you've done awesome. We really appreciate your time. Check out SEDAcollegeonline.com. Check out our podcast on Spotify, SEDA Talk, it's called. I'm Teacher Lydia, and thank you for being with me here. Peace out.